What's up, YouTube? Today I'm here to do a home video. Last night my daughter called me in tears saying her car wouldn't start and she was about an hour and a half away from me, so I just had her tow it through her insurance to my apartment. Luckily it's my day off. I calmed her down. I reassured her that I can fix it, and if it's something electrical I should be able to fix it at home. Well, lo and behold, it's a starter. I had a feeling with the symptoms she was explaining to me on the phone that it was a starter, but anyway, to make a long story short, the car's here. I've been messing with it. I've already diagnosed it, and I'm ready to fix it. It is a starter, but I'm going to show you how I came to that conclusion that it was a starter. Test procedures. Notice when we turn the key, nothing. All the lights come on. Your security light goes off. Check engine light comes on and goes off. The weird thing is she kept telling me that the brake lamp and all four doors were showing open. I've never seen that before. Maybe I never noticed it, but that had me thinking maybe it was something in the ignition switch when she was explaining it to me. But when she told me that the security light went off and she told me check engine light went off, I knew it was probably going to be something starter related. I just don't know why the four doors are showing. That's strange. We'll look at that after we get done with the repair. But at any rate, I'm going to show you how to diagnose this problem. Sorry if I'm talking fast. It's wet and it's kind of raining, and I'm trying to get this done before the rain gets too hard so I don't get soaking wet and get this damn coronavirus going around. Alright, so first thing you're going to do, come here. Everything wants to get caught up. Come on. Come here, boy. Is power on your voltmeter. This is just a little quick tester I have. It's a little miniature scope, but it has a built-in DC voltmeter. Boom. First thing I'm doing is checking the battery voltage. 12.3, that's acceptable. 12.6 is a full charge, but it's been sitting here all night long in the cold. Alright, next thing you're going to want to do is get a flashlight for this. Is go down to your positive wire on the starter itself. Pull back that boot, that rubber boot right there. Right here, it's in kind of a tight spot. 12.4, if you can see. So it's the battery voltage from the battery to the starter is fine. Next thing you want to do, this confirms it right here, is pull back that little boot on the wire above it, which is your battery wire. That one's all disintegrated. This car does have 240,000 miles on it, and every time it breaks down I fix it. Okay, notice, let's power this off. Go back to the voltmeter because it shows you minimum and max, and I have no assistant to help me today. So we're going to pay attention to the volts. And you're like, how are you going to see it? Well, this shows me a reading. It captures a reading to see if it was getting voltage. Boom. 10.8, almost 11 volts when starting. And the reason why it's a volt less is because when you turn the key and all the accessories and everything come on, it draws down on the system a little bit, but it's above 10 volts, which tells me the starter's not kicking in, because it would go down to 9 volts if the starter was kicking in. So we have a bad starter. We've confirmed the power feed to the starter and everything, enough stuff to confirm that the starter is bad. Now, earlier I banged on a starter too, and it did fire up one time, but after that it didn't fire up no more. That's another quick test you can do at home too. If you can get to it, just tap on the top of the solenoid lightly. Don't kill it. And if it clicks or turns over or acts like it wants to start, it's probably a bad starter. So first thing I'm going to do is take your battery loose. Grab you a 10mm here. This socket said I had to buy today too, because all my tools are at work. Little gear wrench said it's nice. It's 12 point though. That's all it had. You got to be a little bit worried when you use 12-point sockets. Take your battery terminal loose. Don't matter, negative or positive. Sometimes I take them both loose. In this case, I'm not going to. Alright, now these are 14mm bolts. I always like to get the back one first, because the back one's a bitch to get to. Pardon my French. So after we get the battery loose, take your intake boot off. This will allow you to swing it out of your way. Take your radiator hose right here out of that clamp and tuck it back behind that clamp. That bolts onto the starter, so you're going to have to transfer that over when you change the starter. They don't come with a new bracket. Take you the 14mm. I usually stack a 3-inch on top of a 1-inch here. These are 12-point, so you got to be careful with these because they can round bolts off. They do go on a bolt quicker, but if it starts feeling like it's slipping, back off and get you a 6-point. But I don't have a 6-point here, and this is all I could get at the parts store. All my tools are at work, and I'm not driving an hour away to get the tools when I just spent $25 on tools. I'll just keep them in my car for next time. At any rate, get that on there. Normally I use electric tools, but I don't have anything here. Break that back bolt loose. Wow, that was kind of loose, thank God. Because normally that back bolt's really tight. If you get lucky, it won't be that tight. But if it is real tight and your socket starts feeling like it's going to spin, back off. But if you're using a nice, good quality socket like Snap-on or Matco or somewhere like that, and they're not old and worn out, then you should be fine. And once you get that loose, just spin it out by hand. Probably couldn't even get electric tools down here anyways. It's in such a tight spot. And once you get that bolt all the way loose, see if you can reach your fingers down there to get it out. Okay, it's down there under the motor mount bracket, and I don't have my magnet with me either. I see the bolt and I feel the bolt. It's under that motor mount. Come on, baby. Don't make me. Don't fight me. Come on. Okay, I think I got it. I got it out from underneath there anyways. Ah, you little bitch. Alright, I got that one loose. That's the hard bolt. So take your setup right here, take off your 3-inch, 1-inch and a short well. It's best to use a short socket because a long socket flexes more. Alright, let's go ahead. Unplug that. That's the ignition feed wire, the one we probe when we turn the key. Get that out of your way. The battery wire I will take loose when I get the starter loose. And all my tools are already trying to fall in the engine bay. I don't have a roll cart beside me to set them in. Alright. This bolt. This looks like the original starter. I know, it says TYC on it. It's the Denso's the original. It's been changed before, but this car's got 250,000 miles. I don't know. I haven't looked in a while. I know it's got over 200,000 when I bought it 2 years ago for her. Trying to get this fixed for her today because she's got a job interview tomorrow. And she's normally serving tables. And with the coronavirus going around, people ain't going out to eat much. So she's trying to find another job that's more steady. So Daddy got to get a car running for her. And I paid for it too. I told her happy early birthday. $200 later. And our business is down a little bit too. You know, even though we're still open, they're cutting store hours a little bit, and people ain't wanting to fix their car right now in this recession. And if you're a mechanic, you know when you start losing commission, that's most of your paycheck. Once you spin that bolt all the way out, set it to the side. Now the back one's going to be a little longer, I think. Short one's the front one, back one's the long one. I haven't changed a starter on one of these in a while. These are pretty dependable starters. Okay. Now if you look down here, this green tab, the battery wire, pull back on that tab right there and pull up on that bracket. And get this hose out of my way. And it's in a tight spot, but at least it's not a 6-cylinder. You gotta take off more stuff to do a V6. Come on, baby. Come on. Just gotta keep working with it till you get it out. Now, this battery wire's trying to fight me. Come on, baby. And that bracket ain't helping either. There we go. Now, if you pull your distributor out of the way, it'll give you more room, but I don't know. That's up to you. Just make sure you clock it. It only goes in one way. There's 2 bolts on the distributor, one on the back side, one on the bottom, 12 millimeter. If you want to go that route. But I'm just trying to get this done quicker. It'll come out easier if you do that though. I'm going to go ahead and take that bracket off for the hose. Okay, it came with that. My bad. Let's do a 10 millimeter. Where'd I put that 10 at? Come here. I think it's in my pocket. Nope. Come on. Where'd you go, buddy? There it is. I put it in the slot on the other side where it doesn't go. Okay, it does come with this bracket right here. So I got to take it off this part, the 10, not the 8. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done one of these starters. I used to own one of these. I owned a 94 and a 95 2.2 liter. This has a 2.3, but the platform's pretty much the same. Changing the starters is exactly the same. So this will apply to most of your Hondas, 4-cylinders, all the way back from 1990 to 2002, 2003, something like that, when they quit doing the 2.3 liter, whatever year that was, I forgot. But the 2.2 liter, both the Prelude, this motor, even the dual overhead cam, it's right on top right there. And this bracket, I think their bracket is stripped out. So this bolt's not wanting to start. Oh, there it goes. Oh, you little shit. Come here. Everything's wet. Sorry if I keep dropping shit. I'm going to try to bolt that on, actually. Make sure again, I'm pretty sure it was fine. Yeah, because that'll give me more room. Think. Colby, think. Alright. Really? Come on. It spun and it stopped. Oh, the challenges. Don't know why it's coming off tight like that. It's not a self-locking nut. Dump your washer off. The thread must be a little bit boogered up right there. Take it off your other starter. They're both 12 millimeter. Get down there, you little fucker. Oh, sorry, again, for my language. So, this sits like this. So, just gotta make sure we're gonna clock it the right way. Okay. Now I'm gonna reuse the old nut because it has a built-on washer as long as it wants to start, because the other one came off a little hard. Yeah, looks like it's gonna start. Let's make sure I got it clocked the right way, because you can clock it 2 different ways. Make sure that's nice and tight, but not crazy tight, because you'll break the terminal off. We'll plug that in last. The ignition feed wire. Alright. Now let's fight this bad boy again. Trying to surprise her. She didn't know I was going to fix this today. I told her I'd fix it tomorrow after I brought some tools home. But I'm going to get it handled today. That way it's off my mind and she's less stressed. Come on, baby. Alright. There. We in like Flynn, bud. Alright. Alright, baby. Now, the long bolt went in the back, remember. What we're going to do is we're going to get this front bolt started. If you're having a hard time turning the bolt, just jiggle the starter up and down. That'll help. Alright. Now do not tighten that bolt. You get the other one started. Now this one's going to be the fun one. Alright. Tuck this under the plug wires. There you go. Hold it out of your way. Remember, the name of the game is remove as little as possible. Makes the job faster. Remember on this back one we had to stack. Stack. Nope, don't put on the ratchet yet. We gotta get this bolt started by hand. Now, a little trick you can do. If I can find a piece of napkin in my car, paper in your socket, it'll help hold it. Alright. Now, feed that bad boy in. Boom. Alright, we're in the hole. It's always good when we're in the hole, ain't it, brothers? Alright. That's when everything starts going good. Haha. Alright, we're started. Keep spinning until you can't spin it no more. The more you hand tighten it, the less ratcheting you gotta do. Keep going. Keep going. Alright. Oh, we're close. Alright. Get your ratchet on there. Snug her down. Just like that. A little piece of paper, we don't need it no more. On the front bolt. That bolt right there is a little bit rounded off, so I'm going to put a 9/16 on it. It'll go on further. Alright, now just snug it real good. Alright. I'm not going to put that bracket back on till last. I want to plug my ignition feed wire in. I'm going to make sure this bad boy starts before I put the rest of the stuff back on. As long as the start is good, it will start, because we already done the test. Alright, she's in. Slip the boot back over. Positive wire, battery up. Alright. Alright, let's go see if this bad boy will turn over. You don't have to put it back on yet. We're just seeing if it turns over. I'm not trying to run the car yet. Move everything out of your way that might bounce around. Alright. Time to cross your fingers. Boom. Alright, well, I'm getting out of this rain. I'm going to put that bracket back on. I'm sure y'all can handle that yourself. Put your intake boot back on. And I didn't tighten my battery terminal down. Tighten that down. And I'm going to go ahead and check the oil and everything for her too. Make sure she's good to go for another month or two till she calls me again. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Check like down below. Please subscribe. Peace out, YouTube. Stay dry. Stay away from this coronavirus.